What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to another After Pill live stream. Like we always do. Let's start this off with the creed of the outlier. I got to remember this so I can just come straight in and just drop it on y'all heads, right? I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build what others were too weak to imagine. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me, but I didn't bend, I didn't fold, and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd, I walk above it. I see through the mask, and I speak with conviction forged in pain and clarity. Every betrayal carved focus into my soul. Every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My mission is not optional. My legacy is non-negotiable, and my time is coming. I am built for this, and I will win. The creed of the outlier. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, good people? What is going on? What's up with y'all? Is today Monday? Today's Monday. Happy Monday to you ninjas. Hopefully you out here working. Hopefully you out here grinding. Today's going to be a lit live stream. We got a lot to talk about. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put the poll in the chat. Right, we're gonna talk about it. No Diddy, Cartier. What's going on? As y'all notice, they got to drop something. You know, listen, when things are going on in politics, right? They have to, drop something on the normies' head to keep y'all distracted, right? I told y'all, the world is so chaotic, they just pluck stuff up out of the chaos and just prop it up in the media just so y'all can be distracted about what's going on. But a lot of y'all ninjas don't think on that level, right? Let's see. Listen, we're gonna have a lit live stream tonight. We're gonna talk about this. We got to go over the ins and outs, of this is happening left and right. Listen, this every single year. It like when one case pops off, it's just like the rest of them just pops off, right? The rest, everybody started getting hit with SA charges and started getting hit over the head. Said, "Oh, he hit me," and all of this stuff. Listen, it's already started. And we're going to talk about why. We're going to explain why this is happening. We're going to explain why this is happening, and even in Normieville, right? Even in Normieville, for the regular everyday peasants, you still have to be wary of this. Is Cassie a victim, or is she a willing participant? Right? I'm gonna go ahead and let you know my answer right now. I don't think Cassie is a victim, right? In some way, like as far as the domestic side of it, whether clearly the tape showed him swinging her and kicking her and all that stuff. Yeah, she's a victim. She's a victim of that. Right, she's definitely a victim of some form of domestic abuse, but I think just what they're trying to tie him into, I think is a stretch, in my opinion. I think it's a stretch. $500 fine. Happy Monday, ninjas. Cartier says the Diddy Chronicles continue. Yes, sir. They continue. They are continuing, ninja. But listen, here's my take. Here's the times. Here's the time that we're entering into. Right. Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. Get the fluids going. Here's my take. Right. And I've said this before. This is not about money. Right. I know on the surface it seems like it. It's not about money. It's not about actually getting justice. It's not about any of that stuff. Right. Y'all want to know what it's actually about? Guess. Guess. It's not about money. It's not about actually getting justice. Just guess what's it. Just guess what the overall, what's this overall about, right? It's about power, right? It's about power. right? Bill says women know what they are doing. It's not like they're some innocent, no-brain children with no thought process of what they're getting into. That's exactly what I'm saying. Hold up, let me fix my camera real quick. That's exactly what I'm saying. Cassie was with Diddy for approximately 12 years. Cassie was with Diddy for approximately 12 years, right? She was a willful participant in all of this, right? She was a willful Diddy the Ninja King, but she was a willful participant in all of this. She is nowhere near innocent. Innocent how? Innocent where? Right? Listen, this is gonna be one heck of a trial. Right? What y'all start voting? Let's see what y'all voting up here. You ninjas always split voting. So is Cassie a victim or is she a willing participant? I should have worded that differently. I'm gonna end that one. I'm gonna do a new poll. I worded that wrong. Is Cassie a victim? How about that? Is Cassie a victim? I'm just gonna put a blanket. Is she a victim? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is she a victim? Dante, what's going on? Is she a victim? So let's see what you ninjas think now. So of course, ninjas ready to save. Ninjas ready to play Captain Save a Hose. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to play Captain Save a Ho? Blake Bradley says she will be when he gets out. Dang, that's messed up. That's messed up. Nah, ninjas, don't y'all ninjas change your answer now. Don't change your answer now. Look, soon as I start saying, oh yeah, you ninjas want to be Captain Save a Ho, now ninjas want to change their answer. Right? Now they want to change the answer. Listen, listen. First of all, let's go over consent real quick. Let's go over consent. Let me write this down. Let's go over consent. I did a live stream on consent already, and I even shared a few stories of mine. Right? I shared a few stories of mine. Right? Consent. Raise your hand if you think consent exists. Raise your hand if you think consent exists. In my opinion, consent doesn't actually exist. Consent does exist, but then it doesn't exist. Consent is more like a formality. Right? Dante says she loved every minute of it. How else do you explain it? How else do you explain it? Right? She loved every single minute of it. There's no other way to explain it. Right? There's no other way to explain it. But let's talk about consent for a little bit. Right? Consent does not matter at this point in time. Right? Consent does not matter. At 1 minute she can be consenting. 1 minute she can be telling you, hey, I want you and this, that, and the third. Listen, the moment she goes through emotional distress, the moment she feels like you effed her over, the moment she feels like you've done something out of the ordinary, the moment you cheated on her, the moment you did something, the moment you found another chick, the moment anything happens, consent can go out the door just like that. Just like that. Right? And a lot of you ninjas, y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. Right? Next thing you know, you Bill Cosby. Right? So what they're saying is, so as of late, Moy, what's going on? John, what's going on? But as of late, they're basically saying that Diddy flew in. He flew in some XEX workers, right? He flew in some XEX workers, and these XEX workers basically, gave her a golden shower, right? He flew in XEX workers and they gave her a golden shower. This is some things that they're using as, something in the case, facts of the case, right? And yeah, John says Diddy a freaky freak. But here's the thing though, is she really a victim? Is she a victim? Is she really a victim in this whole ordeal after 12 years, right? Is she really a victim after a whole 12 years? That just think about the Shannon Sharp situation, right? They were literally in a relationship for 2 years, right? They were literally in a relationship for 2 years. The moment she felt like because it really wasn't about what they're talking about, it's about. It really wasn't about the fact that, he didn't use a condom or whatever the case is, trying to make him out to be some kind of monster when they clearly was in some kind of, race play. They were in some kind of kinky junk where they both like getting spanked and all that stuff, BDSM. Clearly they were into this kind of stuff, right? But what it was really about was that Shannon Sharp had other women. That's what it came down to. Shannon Sharp had other women, and then this girl allegedly had even moved to Vegas, to be closer to Shannon Sharp and all of that stuff. And so it looks like they were more intimate than the details are actually revealing. Or he led her on. He led her on, for whatever reason, and led her on down this whole love trail, right? And now, she found out that she wasn't the only one. Now this is when things go left. Now I'm suing you for $50 million, right? But Cassie was with this man for 12 years. 12 years. It was well known. It was well known that they were into swinging activity, right? John says Cassie wanted that baby oil. Exactly. Moore says this is more proof you should just rent JUCO and stay away from normie chicks. Yeah, but I mean, would Cassie be considered a normie? I don't think Cassie is a normie. I think it can go left either way. I think it can go left either way. It just depends on who you are. It depends on how you play your cards. It depends on aftercare. I remember I was talking to these dudes about aftercare, right? Right. I was talking to these dudes about aftercare, telling them how important it is for aftercare. Like those days of you just being able to you just gonna smash a chick and pull her hair and spank her and all that stuff, and you think that you just gonna, all right, now get out of here now, don't come back. Those days are done, ninja. You're gonna get hit upside the head with a charge because you're gonna make her feel some kind of way, right? You're gonna make her feel. Moore says aftercare is gay, but yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Dudes think aftercare is yeah, just smash them and kick them out. All right, you gonna learn the hard way, and men learn all different types of ways, right? Financially, freedom wise, all kinds of things, right? Dudes out here playing. Dudes out here playing. But Cassie was with this guy for 12 years, and they're allegedly saying that he prevented her from leaving and all of this stuff. Bro, Cassie had millions of dollars to leave if she wanted to. That is not like the exact facts of the case. They're saying that he's basically holding her hostage. Cassie had the opportunity to leave throughout the whole ordeal. We know what it really was, right? John says Diddy was putting hands and feet on Cassie. Yeah, that was happening. That was happening, but he's not getting prosecuted for just a domestic issue. We see domestic issues day in and day out, right? If it was just a domestic issue, then it should have just stayed a domestic issue. But now they're trying to put a whole bunch of other charges. Now, I mean, they're trying to put federal trafficking charges on them, right? Which I think is a big stretch. Federal trafficking charges, I think, is a big stretch. And if you don't know the reason why they're trying to put the trafficking charges on them, because he was flying girls and guys in and out. So once you cross state lines, and it's considered trafficking, right? They're trying to make it considered trafficking, even though these are sex workers, right? These are XEX workers, but they're trying to put the trafficking charges on them just because he paid for the plane tickets for them to fly in and fly out. That's the only reason is being considered trafficking. People thinking that, oh, he was involved in some kind of sex ring, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he was. Maybe he was involved in a whole little ring and charades with Epstein and all of these other elites and Oprah and dang gone. Hey, Trump has been listed too. Shit, Clinton and all of these guys, Hillary and all the little reptilians. Yeah, yeah. It's no telling. There's no telling. Everybody's involved. Everybody has been to a Diddy party. There's no celebrity, no powerful person, none of these guys who hasn't been to a Diddy party. Everybody has been to a Diddy party. When you talk about the elites and everybody. Moore says, tap what if men stand up against this? Tap what if men stand up against this? Because how can you grape because you can. You can. You can. Right? The minute she says no or stop, that's it. See, that's where the lines get blurred, right? You have to understand that it does not matter. Right? It does not matter if she's a sex worker. It does not matter if she's a paid woman. That does not give you the leeway to just, do what you want, have your way, or do any of that. No means no. That's it. If she says stop, if she doesn't want it, if she doesn't want it this way, if she tells you don't twist my leg, ninja, if she tells you, hey, don't pull my hair, ninja, that's it. You can't. I mean, you can use the same, you probably could use the same argument as far as, because there's laws that, you can grape your wife, right? You can grape your wife. Well, more the point of it is to pay and leave, right? You're paying for a service, right? But just like any business, if you go into any business, you get rowdy or do something that is not ordinary, right? Or you do something that's not a part of the setup, or you're doing something outside of the realm of the rules and everything, then no, we got to get this guy up out of here, right? Oh, well, I paid to be in here. Oh, well, you broke some of our rules. Now you got to go. Just because you paid doesn't mean that you get to come in here and do what you want to do. I mean, more, you're stepping into different territory, right? You're stepping into different territory. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can just do what you want to do, right? I get what you're saying, but that doesn't mean that you can just do what you want to do. Moore says these chicks have 90 piercings and 500 tattoos. LOL, what's normal? Yeah, I get. Like I said, I get what you're saying, but still, more, I don't want to see you on a news channel like this ninja violated XEX worker. I'm like, dang, I told this ninja, I told him stop playing. I tried to tell him. I tried to tell this ninja he over here playing and everything. But yeah, man. But what this really coming down to, this all of these things that are happening, it's so men can become even more fearful of women. Right? This is my take on it. This is not only is it a wake up call for men, and I'm not just talking about just the Diddy situation, because there's a lot of things to unveil in a Diddy situation. If he's guilty, he's guilty. But if he's innocent, he's innocent. But there's a lot more things to unveil. Is he connected to something more organized? Will other big people, big popular people come out? With more elite people come out? Politicians, other celebrities. We've seen the pictures. I've seen pictures of everybody. Right? I've seen pictures of freaking Tom Cruise. I've seen pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio. I've seen pictures of Trump. Trump has been at a Diddy party. I've seen pictures of just about everybody, right? Just about some of your biggest celebrities. I've seen pictures of them, not necessarily involved in the escapades, right? But they've been there. They've been there, right? Dante says there's levels. There's levels to all of this. 5 nights at Diddy's. That's crazy. That sounds like a burger joint. But what it's coming down to, this is all to make men more fearful to deal with women, right? We're seeing it on a celebrity level. We're seeing it on the celebrity level, and we're seeing it on the normie level, right? Let's talk about approaching, right? There's a lot of guys who still preaching cold approach, cold approach, cold approach. Listen, cold approach is a quick way to get hit with sexual harassment. Let me tell you that right now. Cold approaching is the fastest way to get hit with sexual harassment. Come on now, let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes up. Come in and hit the like button. Right? We're finna cook. We're about to cook. Moore says her making herself a worker is the consent. That's what I meant to say. No, it's not. No, it's not. Moore, you're gonna get yourself jammed up. No, it's not. No, it's not. She can legitly take your money, and if you still do what you do, yeah, nah, that's not happening. Right? That's not happening. But anyway, what's going on now is they're trying to make it harder. They're trying to put more gasoline on the discrepancies between men and women, right? They're trying to make it harder for men and women to trust each other. Listen, this is just what's going on, right? Like I said, from all the way from the celebrities all the way down to Normieville. Right. This is why guys are not cold approaching, because a woman can easily say, especially at work, and I said this multiple times, if you're not that guy, right? And even if you are that guy, if you're not that guy, please stop. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Right? Please do not do it, because you have to have the looks to cook, ninja. You have to have the looks to cook, and you know if you're that guy or if you're not that guy, right? Guys are going to get themselves jammed up trying to cold approach chicks at work, right, who are not attracted to you. You're going to get yourself jammed up trying to cold approach chicks at the mall, at the gas station. You're going to get pepper sprayed, all kinds of stuff. Might catch a stray bullet. Ninja, don't do it, because it's coming down to they're already what a lot of guys don't know. They're already pretty much dealing with the guys that they want to deal with. So cold approaching is basically pointless. Right? It's pointless. They're already dealing with the guys that they want to deal with. Either, they're attached to a guy already, they're dating somebody, or they have a whole Instagram, they have a whole Snapchat, they got the whole social media thing going on. DMs are flooded. Doesn't matter if she's a Instagram model, doesn't matter if she's a normie girl. Listen, the Instagrams are still flooded with DMs. Right, so they can pick and choose which guys that they want to deal with. If they, most of them not dating for marriage per se, right? But they can pick and choose which guys they're dealing with. Oh, this guy wants to do this. Oh, this guy wants to do that. Oh, he's attractive. Oh, he's tall. Oh, he's, they can pick and choose who they want to deal with, right? This is more so about, like I said, this is more so about power, right? Women are not going to be satisfied until they are able to scorch earth, right? Until they're able to scorch earth, right? $500 fine said trust. Oh, that feeling right before you get burned. If you're doing normal things, oh, you still talking about that more. Blake Bradley said, "Yep, they already have a roster." Exactly. So we now stay in a world where women can play both sides of the coin. They can play both sides of the coin, which we continue to see today. And nobody's addressing it. Nobody's ever going to address it. The court system is not going to change nothing. Not going to do anything about it. Men are going to continue to be sucker ducks. Men are going to continue to follow this same. They're going to continue to fall into the same traps. Men are going to continue to get hit over the head with essays and lawsuits and all kinds of stuff. Men are going to continue. Because women to men is like kryptonite to Superman. Right, for the most part, especially with men who really can't do what it do, who really can't attract the woman that they really want, right? Who have no choice but to dive deep into desperations and crawling on their knees, please baby please. Yeah, those ninjas, right? They have no choice, right? They got to take what they can get, and they're willing to do whatever it is they need to do just to survive, right? Moore says, so what's the end game? Females become overlords and then men and men kill them off. Like, where's all this going? What are women thinking? Well, men have already lost and in mass already been castrated, right? Yeah, men have already in large been castrated already. Men have already been feminized. Yes, women are going to become overlords. I've said this before. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a whole series. I'm gonna develop a whole series of basically the thought process behind this. I'm gonna develop a whole articles of the after pill, letting you know what is to come, especially in the West and in the United States of America. Yes, women will become the overlords. Y'all didn't think I was gonna say that. Y'all think but look at me, man. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. And I tell you a lot of time. I don't even try to go that deep. But at this point, yes, I'm gonna start going really deep. Pause. No Diddy. Whoa, no Diddy. Whoa. We talking about Diddy, right? This is where this is going. And I've seen this coming for a long time now, right? And this is also where I get frustrated at because, like I said, I love doing this. The reason I started this channel is to help men, get on that purpose, get on that grind, get out here and get money, be able to have options, leverage, to be able to live, how you want to live, whatever choice that may be. But you definitely need to get out here and work. You definitely need to get out here and grind and make your money and become the best possible version of yourself, as you can be. But where I get frustrated at is there's so many men who are just so focused on women, right? They're so focused on women. It's almost like they're only here on earth to just live and die for women. Like it's freaking pathetic, right? It's freaking pathetic. Like this happens to me at the gym today, right? I went to the gym earlier today, and I'm just doing. Listen, bro. I walk around and I'm just me, right? I'm walking around with my shades on, as cool as a piece of ice cream, right? You know, walking around all muscly and all that stuff, bro. I'm walking by and I'm not paying attention. I see this little chick over here, right? And I'm talking about she has a little one piece on, right? Boobies all perked up, right? Boobies all perked up, cheeks. When I talk about the cheeks were out. Now you know that the cheeks are out when you're skinny and the cheeks are still out, right? When you got a big booty, it's kind of like, okay, she got a big booty, the cheek maybe, fall out a little bit, okay, or whatever. But if you skinny and your cheeks is hanging out, you're really trying to show your cheeks, right? And mind you, she's working out. She's working out with her dude, right? She's working out with her dude. And of course, I see her, right? I see her. Okay, she over there perked up, over there percolating. Cheeks out, boobies out. Okay, I see you, right? So I'm just walking by, going to get the little napkin, little sanitizer napkin, just to wipe the machine down, because I just got done with it, right? And I walk by and she almost break her neck looking at me walk, right? And because her dude was over there working out and he took notice, right? It happens, right? So I walked by again, and I'm telling you, this dude literally grabbed his girl and just started kissing on her head, bro. I almost busted out laughing. Like, dude literally waited until I walked by to grab his girl and kiss her on the head. I'm like, bro, you cannot. I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. And this has happened to me on plenty of occasions. I have stories on top of stories on top of stories. And I'm like, bro, if you have to, bro, first of all, why is your chick in the gym, boobs out, cheeks out in the first place, right? You already lost. You already lost right here, right? Already lost. You already took your L because she, bro. doing it like to if she gave you the excuse, oh, I want to dress, I'm dressing cute for myself, or oh, this is for you and all of that stuff, bro. That is not for you and that is not for herself. I don't care what she says. We're in a gym. There's other men around, testosterone filled ass dudes around here. Like, why do you have to come? But you would have to have seen it. I'm talking about, half her cleavage is out and her cheeks were out, right? Cheeks were out. And I'm just like, bro, you already took the L already, bro. You already took the L, right? You let your chick come out the house, come into the gym, and then now you want to grab on her like some kind of insecure ass punk. You can't make this stuff up. And the reason I tell the story is because dudes are already lost, man. Moy says, haram, haram, right? Haram. But it's just like, what can you do? Dudes are out here they're castrated, they're feminine, they don't want to rise above, they don't want to achieve anything. Women are gods to them because let's be perfectly honest here, man. Let's be perfectly honest. And I'm all cool, with telling the truth. Right. Despite everything you've heard, red pill this and oh, women gonna be lonely and all this stuff. Despite all of this stuff, bro, the after pill is that despite all of this, women still hold a significant amount of power. That's just the facts. Women hold a significant amount of power over men, right? Men are not men anymore. Those days are done. Right, this whole masculinity stunt and all of this stuff. Yeah, the 10% are going to be the 10%. I'm sticking to the 90-10 rule. There's going to be 10%. There's going to be 10% of you. There's going to be 10% of men in the West, United States. There's going to be that 10%. Right, and to make it fair, I guess we'll say 10 to 15%. Right, but we're sticking to the 90-10 rule. There's going to be 10% of guys who do rise above and become those men. Right, and they're going to become those men that women in mass deal with for the majority. Right, and the rest of the guys, I mean, they're going to be left to their own devices. They're going to be left to falling for women's tricks and being bamboozled and being used and abused and whatever you want to name. Even dudes in the top 10%, they have to still watch out as well. Uh but for the majority, yeah, I mean, women are going to become overlords. And Moore says exactly. Moore says Tapper coach will find them in the JUCO. Um, what I think I missed something, Moy. If women become overlords, I would become a warlord and fight them. I don't think women could ever uphold a society on their own. Well, this is where technology comes in at. This is where technology comes in at. See, you have to add in all perspectives to this, right? This is not as I mean, America can resemble the Roman Empire, but this is not the Roman Empire days, right? They didn't have technology, they didn't have algorithms, they didn't have social media, they didn't have robots, they didn't have AI, they didn't have any of this stuff, right? So now the age that we're entering into a technology revolution, right? A technological revolution where we see the advancements of AI, where we see the advancements of algorithms, right? Where you can literally look at your phone, and this is already happening, right? I know some of you guys have experienced this because I experience it all the time. When you're literally thinking of something, and then you go watch a YouTube video or something, and that exact ad pop up, or you just scrolling through, just browsing on the web, and you was like, you just think of something random, like, dang, I could really use some Five Guys. I think Five Guys would be, dang, Five Guys would be good. I miss those fries. And then lie to you not, you browsing and a Five Guys ad pop up. Swear to God. Swear to God. This is happening. Moy, yep. Exactly, Moy. Dante says it's like they can read your mind. Well, they've already. how the technology works now, bro. They have all of our info already. They know what we like. They know what it's predictive programming. It's predictive programming, right? It's not more so that they can read your mind. It's more so that your personality is already built into the system, right? Your everything, the way that you think. This is why it's easy to control normies, right? Somebody who's unpredictable, they can't really, tell them from night or day, right? Very few people are unpredictable, have unpredictable, personalities, right? But as for everybody else is a normie, right? They don't think on a high level, they think on a very, surface level. So yeah, they're easy to control, is easy to predict. They're easy to predict, they're easy to predict what they want, what they like, what they want to eat, all that stuff, right? It is what it is. So yeah, it comes across as they can read your mind. I mean, it's damn near like reading your mind, but yeah, right? So when you say moy, well, you don't feel like women can basically rule society. Well, with the help of algorithms, with the help of technology, I believe that it could possibly happen. I think we're already moving into algocracy, right? I already think we're moving into that. I already think that these technocrats, they want to merge humans with AI and robots. They already want to do this. They already have plans for this already, right? They want to merge human with machines. Believe it or not, y'all are gonna come back to this like in 20 years and be like, "Dang, the Africa was right." Yep, there's books on this already. They want to merge humans with machines. We're already moving into an algorithm based society. Once blockchain get fully implemented, we're all eventually it's gonna be slippery slope after that, right? We're gonna ease right into it, right? So, like I said, when you say, "Well, I don't think women can, rule society at large," right? I agree with you. But when you add algorithms, when you add AI, when you add, all of these things, they won't really be ruling society per se. It'll still be how it is today. It'll almost be like a facade, right? It'll be more like a facade, right? Even though they hold a significant amount of power, underlying power, right? But it's still a facade. It's almost like smoke and mirrors. It's hard to really explain. It's hard to explain. Hard for me to put the words to it right now. But Moore says, when the last time a woman made a huge invention? The least amount of inventors are women. If anything, women can do magic and their spells on humanity, but I don't see them being highly analytical. I think you're absolutely wrong, Moore. I think you're absolutely wrong. And that's really, I mean, you're already failing right here. Just with some of the 48 laws of power. Never underestimate your enemy. And not saying that women are enemies or anything like that, but you're severely underestimating, what the possibilities are. I never underestimate anybody, right? Women included. I mean, we can clearly see the damage being done. Like we see case after case after case. It doesn't take much for a woman to do an extreme amount of damage, boy. It doesn't take women to do women. It doesn't take anything at all for women to do an extreme amount of damage. It does not. They're see this whole illusion that women are not bright. Women can't be analytical. Women can't be logical. Trust and believe. There are some women who will exceed the minds of men for the most part. And the reason why I'm in such disagreement is because I've seen it, right? And I see where we're headed, and I see how the large majority of men think in the first place. And these ninjas are done, right? The way that these ninjas out here thinking, right? Lovey-dovey ass ninjas, right? Don't have any kind of masculine logic, bro. I've met women who think more logical than men. I've met a lot of women who think more logical than men, especially in today's time, right? In today's time, plenty. So where we're going now, yeah, you're gonna see. See, Dante says, I think women are totally calculated. Listen, women have played their roles throughout history. Women have played their roles throughout history. Moore says, aside for the power we give them, women don't have real power. Well, that power has been given. That power has been given, Moy. The power has been given. And they took it and ran with it. And now we are where we are. There's no going back. There's no going back. The power has already been handed over. That's the biggest point that I'm trying to make. I've made those points, several times before, right? It's already, the damage has been done. We ain't going back, ninja. That is it. It's over. Right? And men are willing, and just like Cassie, men are willing participants in all of this. Say I'm lying. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong. Men are willing participants in all of this. They've handed over power. Right? They allow a woman to get out of hand. Right? And now they're doing as they please. Right? Moore says, supposedly Gen Z and alpha dudes are getting more and more base, and they may, no, it's not happening. It's all a facade. They're based online, ninja. Like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. It may appear that way. It's not happening. It's not happening in mass. I've heard these arguments before. Well, Gen Z is getting more base. Gen Z men are getting more base. and and then do what? Ninja, work at Wally World, ninja. Who cares if you base working at Wally World, ninja? You have no power, ninja. These dudes don't have no power. They have no resources. They have no money. They have nothing. You can be based all you want to online, ninja. You can say all you want to online, ninja in a chat tap. Yeah, woman need to be in the goddamn kitchen. I'm gonna show this bitch. Oh yeah, she OnlyFans. You're OnlyFans. You are a OnlyFans whore. I bet your father is so proud of you. Ninja, like nobody gives a damn. Like, bros, like I'm realistic. I am realistic. I'm a super realist. Bro, you're not gonna shame. Shaming is over, ninja. And what's so funny is, bro, see, even being based is a whole illusion too. It's an illusion. Like just like the chick that I brought up here. Remember her? You fell in love and all that, right? Little chick that I brought up in here. She was just, I mean, she was saying exactly what dudes wanted to hear. She was saying exactly what dudes wanted to hear. Oh, yep, I believe that women should be in the kitchen. I believe that do. I'm like, and then I had to sit back and watch the video. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not believing. We did a live stream. He said not more catching strays. But we had a live stream. On it. I did a live stream with TC. And shouts out to TC Prime. Go over there and subscribe to his channel if you haven't subscribed over there. But I did a live stream with TC Prime. And we were over there talking about it. And I'm like, he agreed. He was like, yeah, like just I heard what she was saying. But it some of the things that she was saying is just like, I don't really believe her like that. She's 18. What was she? 18, 19? I didn't believe her. I wasn't really feeling anything. And then, I brought up the fact that, me and her had a private conversation. We were talking about, just, male and female dynamics. We were talking about a relationship and everything and, how she felt about that and all that stuff. And I was just like, bro, Like, yeah, she can say whatever she wants to, on this camera, but like the stuff that we talked about as far as her relationship and all that stuff go, bro, hypergamy is still in effect. Hypergamy is still in effect. She's still a woman. She's still a girl. Like, she hasn't been battle tested. She has not been battle tested. So all that little stuff that she's saying is all a facade. Like the ones that they call based, right? The Gen Z that they call based, they're based by words, not based by actions, right? Because these same dudes who are quote unquote based, right? The same dudes who are quote unquote based are the same dudes who are letting their girls come into the gym, cheeks out and boobies out. The same dudes who are based, grabbing a girl and kissing her on the forehead. My girl, right? Fake masculinity, right? Red pill ragers, right? The whole base, the Gen Z who are based, they're just red pill ragers. That's it. They're red pill ragers. That's it. They're not actually boots on the ground. They're not actually out here getting to it. They're not actually putting any work in. They're not putting women in place. These dudes cannot put, especially Gen Z. Gen Z is not putting Gen Z women in their place. Trust me. Trust me, trust and believe when I say this. They are not putting Gen Z women in their place. They're not doing anything, ninja. Gen Z women are doing whatever they want to do, right? And they'll sit up there and say, well, I don't mind staying home. I don't mind staying home. I don't mind being in the kitchen, ninja. It's a trap, ninja. It's a trap, ninja. Run, ninja, run. She lying, ninja. Bro, I done met, bro. Listen, man, y'all have to understand. I've had conversations after conversation. I am really good at reading people, and women will try that whole trickaroo stuff, and then like the whole these trad cons and bro these trad con dudes, these trad con women, they want to put on a little 1950s dress and get on here and yep, I believe a woman should be in the kitchen, bro. It's all a game now. It's all a game, right? They're feeding on the desperation of men wanting to go back in time. Let me say that one more time. They're feeding on the desperation of men wanting to go back in time and wanting a time where, I guess they felt like it was more in men's favors, like their grandparents and great grandparents, maybe even some of their fathers, right? They want to go back to those times, right? So these trad cons and trad wives and all this conservative bull crap that they're basically making money off of now. No, it's all a facade. It's all a facade. Look around, ninja. Look around, ninja. I mean, you don't have to go far. You don't have to go far to see, like, ninja. Like, just read and just see what's going on, ninja. It's not happening, right? Kale said it. Kale said it. Andrew Tate converse, like ninja. Andrew Tate ass ninjas, like, bro. I'm an alpha male, ninja. Yeah, until I walk into the room, ninja. Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm an alpha. Yeah, ninja. Until you get wiped clean off of the face of the earth, ninja. Yeah, sure. All right. Like ninja walking around, yeah. I'm an alpha, and you need to be in the kitchen, ass ninja. You need to be in the kitchen. Women should be in the kitchen, right? Ninja, what's in your pockets, ninja? Run your pockets, ninja. What's in there, ninja? What's in there? Moore says, let these women work and have power, and in less than 10 years, they will hate it. They already hate it. They already hate it. But like I said before, women are playing both sides. They're playing both sides. See, when things are in an economic downturn, women see this is where you guys get it confused. You get it all messed up and misconstrued. When there's hard times, women know that they can run back and play on men's emotions. Bro, it's clear as day. It's clear as day. What men I remember talking to this girl, right? And we were going back and forth on relationship dynamics and stuff like that. And she was just like, she was like, I get what you're saying, but in reality, men are just so naive. Men are just so gullible. She was like, men are easy. And I was like, hold up. What, like, hold up. I was like, what you mean? What you mean men are easy? Right? What do you mean men are gullible? Right? And she was breaking it down to me. It was like, y'all fall for anything. She was just like, I don't have to do anything. Like she was like, I can just sit up here and I can go up to a man right now, smile in his face, and I can run him for his pockets. Right? She was like, I can switch up right here and go up to any man I want to, put on a smile, flirt with him, and he's gonna give me exactly what I want. And she said that she was like, because she realized that men want to save women. Right? I be telling you, bro, listen, man. Y'all don't want me to dive into it. I'm gonna hurt some of you ninjas' feelings, man. I'm gonna hurt some of you ninjas' feelings. I'm gonna hurt some of you ninjas' feelings. Right? Could y'all continue to think that women don't know the game? Y'all think women don't know the game. Bro, we are well past that. This is what I keep saying. Dudes want to get out here, bro. These women will eat you ninjas alive, man. Y'all don't understand. And some of the most innocent faces. Some of the most innocent faces, right? Some of the most innocent faces. They will eat you ninjas alive. And men still haven't caught on. Men haven't caught on at all. Right? Men are still out here la 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 SpongeBob ass ninjas. Ninjas still watch Nickelodeon ass ninjas. Ninjas still watching Disney Channel ass ninjas. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody ass ninjas. Right? She was just straight up like, nah, men are gullible. It's like she was like, men are so easy. I just flip the script, and which many of them do. She's like, I just flip the script, smile, flip my hair, right? Flirt a little bit, and they'll give you exactly what you want. Right? That's just how the cookie crumble. Right? Moore says, tap the whole consciousness of humanity is raising and men are waking up and the Sigmas are coming out of retirement to fight the good fight. I don't know what good fight you're talking about, Moore. I don't know what good fight you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what good fight you're talking about. And there are not many Sigmas in the world. There are not that many Sigmas in the world. And if you say it, so my rebuttal to that then, Moy, if you say the consciousness of humanity is raising, would you also therefore say that because consciousness is raising in the world, women and men are coming out of the traditional old way of doing things? If the consciousness of humanity is raising, well, therefore you would have to think above traditional roles, right? You would have to think larger than 1850. You have to think larger than 1960s, right? You would have to think larger than women just being bound to the kitchen if that's your take on it. That's your take on it. No, traditional doesn't always mean bad or old. Yes and no, because some tradition is good and some of it has to do with biology. Well, then that's up for debate. That's up for debate, right? That's up for debate. But I would have to argue that, I mean, what you're pretty much saying is, I don't know what you're saying, honestly, more. I don't know what you're saying. You're saying the consciousness of the world is raising. Well, I mean, that involves both men and women, right? If you're talking about real consciousness, like, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate. If you're talking about real consciousness, well, then if real consciousness is raising, then that means women wouldn't be bound to just the kitchen and, household duties and, things of that nature, right? Everybody's playing their part. Everybody's playing their part. If consciousness is truly raising, right? If you want to really talk about true consciousness, right? Just saying. Kel said some of them still watch Bubble Guppies. Yeah, Bubble Guppies ass ninjas. Right? Bubble Guppies ass ninjas. But as far as Sigmas goes, there's not many Sigmas in the world, man. There ain't that many Sigmas. There ain't that many Sigmas at all. If damn near non-existent, really. Damn near non-existent. You got people who claim to be Sigma. I don't go towards all the alpha and the whole Sigma thing and all of that stuff. I don't get into all of that. Right? I am who I am. Right? I don't get into all of that stuff. It's like, yeah, ninjas are alpha. Ninjas are alpha till an alpha walks into the room, and that guy's an alpha till an alpha walks into the room, and an alpha's that alpha until another alpha walks into the room. Ninja, like, it's almost like ninja. There's somebody crazier than you. There's always going to be somebody crazier than you. There's always going to be somebody taller than you. There's always going to be somebody more strategic than you. There's always going to be somebody who's stronger. Like, it just keeps going. It keeps going, right? Just like when a leader, when a lion in the pack gets weak, they kill him. Right? Yeah, he was the alpha until we took him out. Now we got a new alpha. Right? Or just like with packs of wolves, right? There's a lot of infighting with wolves, right? The strongest one gets to be the alpha. Strongest one gets to be the pack leader until that pack leader gets weak. And then what happens when in the pack of wolves, right? What happens in that pack of wolves when that leader gets injured, he may hurt his leg and all that stuff, the pack gangs up on that leader and kills him. They kill their leader. So all this whole alpha thing and all that, it's not really, to me, my personal opinion, is non-existent. It's non-existent. Right? Because there's always going to be somebody after you. There's always going to be somebody on your neck. There's always going to be somebody plotting on you, right? You think you're big and bad until the crazy guy walks into the room, right? Yeah, I'll come in here. Yeah, I'm all muscly and everything until crazy little Mike might come into the room. I'll shoot everybody in this bitch. Yeah, until he come into the room, and he actually meant it too, ninja. He will shoot everybody up in there, ninja. Until little Mike might walk in there. Until the psychopath walks in there. There's no morality attached to being an alpha, ninja. There's no morality attached to being an alpha. Either you slapping ninjas out or you not. That's just the facts. Are you slapping ninjas out or not? Right? Are you putting stuff in the ground or not, ninja? Right? And that's just the facts. Right? So if alphas don't exist, I'm if I don't believe alphas exist, I'm pretty much probably say what sigmas really don't exist either. Like, I don't get into all these keywords and terms and terminologies and all that stuff. Like, that stuff is so, these sigma, alpha male and all that stuff, bro. That stuff is so 2020 ninja. That stuff is so pre-pandemic ninja. That stuff is like, bro, yeah, okay. You're an alpha, sure, ninja. Most men are not alphas. Most men are not alphas. If not all men. I mean, you're not. You're gonna bend. You're gonna fold, ninja. Like, we more men need to become realists instead of getting into these, ideologies that really don't make any sense. Right? To these ideologies that really don't make sense, because when something nice walks across your vision, ninja, you're gonna get distracted. You're gonna fold. There's no man alive. There's no king that ever existed that didn't fold for a beautiful woman that smelled good, body was all looking good, and threw that thing on him. Never in history, ninja. Name a time in history where a king, whether royalty, the strongest men, the alphas. Name a time where a man has never folded for a woman. I'll wait. I'll wait. Never. It don't exist, Ninja. Because every single man, including myself, including yourself, Ninja, when a nice little thick little whatever you like, Ninja, nice little petite, nice little thick little thing walk by, Ninja, she give you that look, Ninja. She give you that look, right? She grab you by your hand and she walk across, flips her hair, she smells good, Ninja, right? Or your girlfriend, Ninja, wife, Ninja, right? Yeah. Right? Every ninja done folded, ninja. Blake Bradley said, wasn't there a Bible story about that? Which one you talking about? Depends on which one you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Samson and Delilah. Yeah, I broke that down. I broke that down on a live stream. I broke that down to a T. And I basically I basically said that the men in our society are basically Samson. They're Samsons. Somebody drop a super chat. I ain't even tariff you ninjas. I haven't tariff you ninjas. Somebody drop a super chat. I'm in here spitting. Somebody drop a super chat for me. Cap, Moy. Moy, don't come in here. Moy, don't come in here and cap like that. You've never folded to a woman. Moy, look at me, Moy. Come here, Moy. Come here, Moy. 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 You've never folded to a woman. That is absolutely asinine. If we're going if we're gonna be men, no, you're gonna have to be honest more. That's not what do you mean not fold? What do you mean not fold? That come on, bro. Come on now. That's not if you're a human more, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Come on now. Let's be real. Let's be real. Are you really sitting up here telling me no woman has ever made you fold in history, right? And you're middle aged now, Maury. No woman has ever made you fold. No woman has ever made you fold with money. No woman has ever put that thing on you so good, right? That yeah, let me get her something. Yeah, I gotta get her something. No woman has ever made you fold emotionally, right? So you've never been in a relationship. You've never been with a woman. Come on, man. Come on, boy. Don't let me do this to you, man. Come on now, boy. Really? Come on now, boy. Moy said, Moy said a woman ain't never made me fold. Moy done dropped a big bag on my head. Moy dropped a big bag on my head. Shouts out to Moy, man. Moy came through. Moy, I think you broke Jack Frost's record, ninja. Did you? I think you broke Jack Frost's record, ninja. When I was a teenager, but never as an adult. That's why I have such a hard time. No, I am a double Taurus, super thick headed, and my whole pause, ninja. And my whole life just done me. I'm super stubborn, I swear. In the sense you said just now, yes, I have folded, but I thought you meant folding as in going against your morals. Not necessarily, no, not going against your morals. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like a chick made you. I mean, like depends on what we're talking about when we talk about morals. Yeah, W Moy. Shouts out to Moy, man, dropping a big old bag on my head. Ninja almost fell out, but not necessarily when it comes to morals, right? But I think we've all been in a situation to where like maybe we didn't want to do something, but we still did it because we actually like this girl, or we had feelings for her, right? You may have been on your last dime or something, and you were like, you know what, I'll get her a little something. I like her. I think she's treated me pretty well. I think we all have folded, right? Or she threw that thing on you. She threw that Gok 3000 on you. It was like you hopped up, Ninja. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this bitch the world. Watch this, Ninja. I'm about to go to Macy's right now. She put that Gok 3000 on me. Let me go to Macy's. Ninja at Macy's, scrolling through the dresses. He humming and shit, Ninja. Yeah, she'll like that right there, Ninja. She'll like that right there. Lady come over there, ask you, do you need some help? Hey, sir, do you need some help? Yes, I do. Can I get this in a size whatever, in a size 4, in a size 6, Ninja? Yeah, that's for my girl, Ninja. As a matter of fact, I'm not done shopping. I'm gonna go get her something that she can smell real good too in, Ninja. What you got over there? Some Dolce, what else you got over there? Some Chanel? I'll take 2, please. Ninja, she done put that she done put that gok on you. You like, Ninja, I'm about to buy her the world, Ninja. About to buy her the world. But yes, I have done that. Yes, if I like a chick, I do like, okay, let me treat her nice. Yes, I'm a sucker in that sense, but I've never done any crime or yeah, see, that's not what I mean. No, that's not what I mean. I'm not saying fold like that, Ninja. No, that's just crashing out. That's not a man to me. Like you doing a crime, you going against the grain, Ninja. She done put you on a mission. Like, yeah, that guy over there looked at me. They got and I've actually been in that. I've been in that situation. I've been on the other end of the situation. I've been on the. Oh my god, this was a long time ago. This was a long time ago, right? This was a long time ago. I was in the freaking grocery store, man. I was in a grocery store, and I was shopping. Right, this is like years ago. And I remember this girl. She was looking real good, and I was just looking at her like I was just walking across my buggy. Oh shit, right? And she looked so good, and Ninja had to double take. Ninja had to turn the buggy around like Ninja. Yeah, let me look at that one more time before I go and actually pick up some stuff that I really want to pick up. Ninja, let me go. Oh yeah, it looks good. Ninja, how about bro? Her, I didn't. She was alone at the time, bro. How about I get to the? How about I get to another aisle, right? Right, and they were at the front, and I see her like she slick point. She was talking to a dude, and she pointed at me like slip like did a little point or whatever. I seen it on the side of my eye, right, and I get on the aisle. Bro, how about a whole group of them? I think they had to be like 18, 19 years old. How about a whole group of them? I think they was in a grocery store together. Like I guess he thought he was tough. This ninja he had like 3, 4 other dudes, and they was with like 2 of them was with their girl, and they came walking down the aisle like I guess trying to show a show of force, ninja. They were trying to show a show of force down the goddamn gone aisle. And of course, I got the skinny majig on me, ninja. Like, okay, look, y'all don't get out of hand now. It's not that serious. But this ninja was about to like they never did anything. They just walked by like show of force, like, yeah, you look at my girl again, ninja. Yeah, it's on and popping, ninja. So yeah, they walking down the aisle like showing force, trying to slick look and look at me like, yeah, ninja. All right, ninja. Yeah, keep your eyes to yourself, ninja. Yeah, all right, ninja. Yeah. Yeah, you better not. And mind you, like when I looked at this chick, she looked back and gave a little smirk and all that stuff. So it's not like that she was actually, you know, just oh my god, he abused me with his eyes. Like it wasn't even none of that. Ninja rolled by, looked, I double took, looked again, and that was the end of it. Ninja, and she clearly told her dude like, Yeah, he looked at me and they walked out on the aisle thinking I didn't know what was going on. Ninja, I knew what was going on. They're trying to show force. Yeah, you looked at my girl ass, Ninja. Yeah, okay. Don't die in this dang on grocery store. I just know that, Ninja. I'm like, bruh, y'all like he was willing like see stuff like that. Imagine if he would have done something. Imagine if he would have done something like based on what his girl said. Dudes are gonna look at your girl, bro. Especially if she looks good, she got on a nice outfit, her body looks right. Dudes are gonna look at your girl. Get out of this whole mindset like dudes shouldn't look at your girl. Now I'm not talking about outright disrespecting you, like, oh, he looking at her right in front of your face or something like that. And you know, sometimes listen, I try. Sometimes I even try, dude. Like if he looks lower than me and ninja, yeah, ninja, I'll take your bitch, yeah, and ninja do something, ninja. But I need to stop doing that anyway. But yeah, like imagine if he would have actually done that, done something like address me, or was like, or they wanted to jump me or something like that, or they wanted some issues. Now, Ninja, now you didn't know I had the skinny pop on me. You didn't know I had the little skinny majig on me. You didn't know I had the Smith and Westonian on me, Ninja. So now you laying on the ground, right? You probably don't feel anything right now because it happened so fast, Ninja. Now you laying on the ground, your girlfriend screaming, and I'm hollering self-defense, Ninja. They jumped me, Ninja. I fear for my life, Ninja. Now you dead, family burying you. They trying to sue me and all types of shit, Ninja, because you said your chick told you, oh, that guy was looking at me, Ninja. Like, now you dead. Dead as a doorknob. Ninja. Yeah. Ego. Ego. Cartier said that's a cool memory. Yeah, I just thought about that. I'm like, dang, I remember that. But basically, yeah, more. So that's basically crashing out. Keep teaching the stereotypes. Oh, Scott the man, keep teaching the stereotypes. What is he talking about? Hurt somebody's feelings. Probably a boomer. Probably a boomer. Me mugging like Vegeta. Absolutely. Exactly. Scott the man, listen, here we go. Like, what are you even doing in here, Scott? Old ass ninja? What are you even doing in here? Ninja want to come in here, boomer ass ninja, 1950s ass ninja want to come in here. Yeah, keep talking about the stereotypes. Yeah. Yeah, the word ninja is ridiculous, ninja. The word ridiculous is ridiculous. We know what the real word, and every day they prove it. Every day, every goddamn day, ninja. Every goddamn day. Every goddamn day, I see these goddamn ninjas out here causing goddamn mayhem and all this goddamn bullshit and goddamn ninja. Goddamn the goddamn gone ninjas out here ruining the goddamn country, ninja. Out here, goddamn Kamala Harris ass ninjas out here ruining the goddamn country. Goddamn Trump can't even get the goddamn country together because the goddamn Kamala goddamn Harris voters in the goddamn ruin the goddamn country. I'm gonna shoot me one of these goddamn motherfuckers. Get your bitch ass up out of here, man. Get your bitch ass up out of here. Old boomer ass ninja. Billy Bob ass ninja. Nobody give a damn about what you talking about, ninja. Give a damn about what you talking about. Ninja come in here thought I was gonna fold. Ninja, no, I'm on your ass, ninja. Ninja, like. I would say that actually Tap is anything but stereotypical that's bad. If anything, Tap is stereotypical upright man from a lost time. Thank you, Moy. Thank you, Moy. I don't really be studying these dang on these boomers that be coming in here. Be studying these boomers that be coming in here, old hurt ass boomers, sold the country out ass boomers, ruin the country ass boomers. Everybody ruined the country but the boomers. It just so happened that everybody else ruined the country. The boomers didn't do shit, no. Boomers didn't do nothing. They didn't sell us out. They didn't sell us out though. Boomers didn't do anything. They just, yeah, we were the hard workers. We built the goddamn country, goddamn Gen Z and all of these goddamn Millie Mouth and goddamn sweet ass dudes walking around here. They're not. Bro, nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Boomers were doing coke. Boomers were doing heroin. Bro, the list goes on. Kel said modern day Karens right there. Yeah. Dudes come into a whole chat room talking about some, prove the goddamn stereotype. Look, trashy. Who made this ninja mad, man? Who made this ninja mad? Do one of you ninjas know Scott the man? Do one of you ninjas know this man? Do any one of you ninjas know this man? He just in here talking. This ninja need a friend. Ass ninja. Yep, Scott. You can be a ninja too, ninja. We all know what the word means, ninja. Yeah, you can be a ninja too, ninja. Goddamn. You can be a ninja too. We got white ninjas, we got black ninjas, we got Mexican ninjas, we got Dominican ninjas, we got Chinese ninjas, we got the original ninjas, we got the Japanese ninjas, we got the Cambodian ninjas, we got ninjas from Scotland ninja, we got ninjas from India ninja, we got, where else I've heard from? We got ninjas in Australia ninja what? Ninja. Ninja what? I swear, dudes get in here. This is what I'm talking about right here. See, this mindset, what Scott the man has. This is why America doesn't have 20 years left. This is why America has less than 20 years left. This is why. Like stupid ass, low consciousness, low vibrational ass mindsets like that. This is why the country is done. They don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. And I'm talking about everybody. They don't even realize it. This is why the country is in just buffoonery and it looks like a joke on the world stage, ninja. This is why it is where it is right now, ninja. This is why it is where it is, ninja. I'm not about to save this shit. I'm done saving the sinking ship. I ain't saving shit, ninja. I get on here and I preach what I preach, ninja. You either follow or you don't, ninja. You either get on your purpose or you don't. You either make some money or you don't. You either start exploring what you need to explore. You either start looking and seeing what you actually need to do or you don't, ninja. That's it. But besides saving the sinking ship, nah, ninja's done out here. Cartier says Juco's twerking at presidential rallies. Man, listen, this shit is donezo. This shit is donezo. It's donezo. It's over. Bro, nobody's saving nothing. Nobody's saving anything. The president ain't saving nothing. Ninja, y'all just seen what happened. Did y'all pay attention to what happened with the tariff deal that happened with China? Right? So the deal is supposed to last like 90 days. So it's a temporary deal for 90 days. But it's like, okay, why do we go into this whole tariff war situation in the first place? Like, why? Why did we do it? Right? What did it prove? It wasn't a real deal. It wasn't a real deal, and in actuality, we folded to China. Don't get it misconstrued. We folded to China. We folded, right? We are the biggest consumer in the world. right? Sure, China would have got hit upside the head. Yes, it would have impacted China to a great extent, but China would have been fine in the long haul, right? It is America that would have been severely, catastrophically damaged if it would have gone on some more. But you're telling me that we went into the whole tariff situation, right? Got into this whole tariff war just to fold and go back to some of the basically original amounts. I think is a little bit more. I think we're tariffing them, I probably like around what I think it's around 20 to 30%, maybe something along those lines or something like that. I have to read it again, but I mean, it wasn't nothing groundbreaking like, oh, yeah, we came to a groundbreaking deal. Yep, China's gonna pay their dues. They're gonna pay what? No. All at $500 fine. Yep. All the insider traders got money. That's why I keep telling y'all, bro. Y'all want to play this whole left and right bullshit game, bro. This is all a freaking game. They do not care about this country. They do not. It's done. Trump is not going to save this land. I know some of y'all want to be hopeful and all this shit, but Trump is not going to save this land. It's already sold out. It's done. All this stuff that's going on now is just smoke and mirrors, and it's slowing the pace of the fall. That is it. I said this before Trump got in office. I said this way before Trump got in office. I said if Trump gets in, I said he's not gonna stop the elite's playbook. But you got to understand that there's more powers at play, more entities at play, more things at play than just Trump himself. Trump is the face of the country. Just the face. That's it. But there's other entities, other organizations, other elite institutions who are pulling the strings. And they are saying, hey, it's time for America to be X'd out. And then I'm not saying that America's just going to be, some dang on loose cannon of a dang on country slipping into third world territory. That possibly could happen as well, right? But it's not going to be, America is going to cease to be the dominating player, right? They can't make any more money with America anymore. It is done. They've already scraped America clean. They scraped it for everything that it's got. Now it's time to move on to untapped territory. Latin America, Africa, India, Southeast Asia. These are underdeveloped. These are full of underdeveloped nations, right? Imagine when you get them up to par. They're going to make multi-trillions of dollars. If you don't believe me, just watch. Just watch. I've already done the research. I've already looked this stuff up. I probably need to do a whole episode just catered to that alone, showing all the different things that I've came to find. But just pay attention, man. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Blake, exactly. Moy, yep. Moy, yeah. Trump is an inside trader. This dude said on live television, what was his name? What's the dude name that owns the bank? He said on live television, he said, yep, my friend right here, I forgot, dang, what's the name of the bank? Charles Schwab. They were in the office. This nigga said on live television, like, yeah, my good friend Charles Schwab right here. He just made a good. I forgot the number he said. He just made, it was something crazy though. I think it was another $1 billion or $100 million. He was like, yeah, my good friend right here, Charles Schwab, just made $100 million. He just made $1 billion, right? And I'm just sitting back like, did this ninja just say what I think he just said on TV? And nobody checked that junk. That junk just swept up under the rug. Like, this ninja just basically admitted to insider shit, but nobody's gonna say anything. All right, ninja, y'all got it, ninja. Y'all got it. Then don't get me started on Elon ass. Right? This ninja come out every other weekend. We found more corruption. We found more missing money. Like this is a mother flipping Scooby-Doo episode, ninja. Where's the money? Where's the money? We don't see the money. It's missing money. Yep, we found a bunch of corruption. We found a bunch of missing money. Where's the money? Then it ends. To be continued, ninja. To be continued. The episode end like that. Then next week he coming out again. We found more corruption, Ninja. We found, the Pentagon, they missing money. Yep, where's the money, Ninja? Where's the money? Somebody stealing money around here, Ninja. Remember, if y'all ever watched Scooby-Doo, the Ninja walking around helping the Scooby-Doo, and they end up being the villain? Yeah, that's Elon ass, Ninja. That's Elon. Elon walking, where's the money, Ninja? Where's the money, Ninja? Where's the money, Scooby? Scooby, do you know where the money is, Scooby? Do you know where the money is, Scooby? I don't know where the money is. I don't know, but we see it right here that the money is missing, Ninja. We see right here that the money is missing. Look, don't look at me. I don't know where the money is, Ninja. Ninja sneaking off like this, Ninja. Yeah, these ninjas don't know nothing. I'm robbing these ninjas. I'm like, yeah, I'm blind, Ninja. Yeah. Go ahead and take this to SpaceX, Ninja. Go ahead and build X up some more, Ninja. We going to goddamn Mars, Ninja. Fuck these ninjas, yeah. Weak ass Americans, yeah. Ninja skirt off, Ninja. Then by the time Velma and all these ninjas realize it, it was Elon. He got the money. Ninja already in the Ninja like this. Y'all remember how they ran on the Scooby-Doo episodes? Ninja run like this, Ninja. He run into the rocket, Ninja. He run into SpaceX, Ninja. Hurry up to the rocket ship, Ninja. They caught me. Ninja, all right. To Mars, Ninja. Yep. Moy says, you mean Elon, the fake genius Satanist who impregnates lonely fan chicks? Hey, listen. Yep, that's what it is. Cartier says, you break this down very well. I appreciate it. MSK said, you just now tuning in. You at the end of it now, Ninja. You're going to have to watch it on the playback, Ninja. You're going to have to watch it on the playback. Let's see what this poll looking like. Is Cassie a victim? We ain't even really touched that much on Diddy like that. Pause, Ninja, pause. But yeah, is Cassie a victim? 67% said no. 32% says yes. Well, there you have it. In my opinion, I don't think she's a victim. I think she has. Let me say that a little bit differently. I think she's a victim of certain things. Like I said, maybe some domestic issues, some domestic things that's going on. But as far as the whole them being swingers, because that's basically what they were. They were swingers, you know. She would be a willful participant in some of the swinging activities with the corn stars and the, escorts, whatever, sex workers and all of that stuff. They've been doing that for years. So now all of a sudden, now she done hit him upside the head. Dang, she hit him upside the head with the money, right? She got she got a bunch of money. He gave her like 100 million. Gave her like 100 million, and then a ninja still sitting at trial. Did he? Did he do it? To be continued, Ninja, to be continued. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot more things. Like I said, I predict a lot more names probably being dropped. We may see some names being sealed. You know, the Epstein names could get dropped too. You know, with this whole Diddy case, you never know. Like this is gonna be entertaining, right? They gotta drop, like I said, they gotta drop something for you normies, man. Right? They gotta drop something on the head of you normies to keep you distracted. So now, like I said, it's not a coincidence that Trump just reached a trade deal, quote unquote, reached a trade deal with China. Yeah, whatever. And then the whole Diddy trial starts. Like, yeah. Bro, this stuff is y'all don't understand how this predictive programming shit works. It's insanity, right? It's insanity. Sometimes I don't even like thinking about it because it's like, well, if the technology is on this level, if they're really doing this stuff on this type of level, like this shit is crazy. Like it's crazy to think about that. Like, and then people are just so dumb. Like Americans are dumb, man. That's why I say. That's why I keep saying that this stuff is over. This stuff is over. But I'm gonna start diving a little bit deeper into some of these topics. Right, start diving a little bit deeper. Do y'all want to hear conspiracies? Y'all want to talk about conspiracies and real dive deep into a lot of stuff, like real deal stuff, conspiracy theories, and like all of that stuff? If y'all want to dive deep into conspiracy theories, real thought-provoking types of stuff, I'll start making content like that too. I start making content like that too to get your minds really thinking about some stuff. Yeah, I start making content like that too. Right? But anyway, so we ended this off how we always end this off. Well, not how we always end this off, but y'all know exactly what I'm saying. Hold up, I gotta pull it up. So if y'all don't know, I came up with this myself. So this is the creed of the outlier, right? With this, this is something I gotta memorize myself, but this is something I'm gonna be, saying out loud every single live stream. So if you wanna, follow along, you want the creed yourself, just let me know. So the creed of the outlier. I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build what others were too weak to imagine. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me. But I didn't bend, I didn't fold, and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd. I walk above it. I see through the mask, and I speak with conviction forged in pain and clarity. Every betrayal carved focus into my soul. Every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My mission is not optional. My legacy is non-negotiable, and my time is coming. I am built for this, and I will win. The creed of the outlier. Shouts out to Moy for dropping a big bag on my head. Shouts out to JC. Shouts out to Cartier. Shouts out to Kels. Shouts out to $500 fine. Shouts out to Blake Bradley. Who else in here? Shouts out to everybody, right? Shouts out to everybody who in here. Shouts out to Scott the man, old hating ass boomer. Shouts out to everybody in here. Shouts out to everybody that participated. Shouts out to all of y'all, man. I'll be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be live with TC Prime, so make sure y'all come through for that. It's going to be another great live stream. I haven't released the topic yet, but stay tuned for that. We'll be live again tomorrow at 8. So make sure y'all come through, show out, show some love, and yeah. But anyway, you ninjas hurry up and get to bed, ninja, so y'all can get ready to go out in the morning and make some money, ninja. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.